Independence. Apparently, as a child in kindergarten, I was pretty bossy. My teacher held a conference with my mother to advise that I was a bit bossy. Even though I was the smallest child in the class, she explained with concern that I would often direct students on what to play with during our playtime. And she observed me telling some of the children to play with blocks and some of the other children to play with dolls. To my mother, it sounded like I was in charge and managing the classroom. So my mother was not happy with the concern that the teacher expressed and shared that it sounded like I had leadership qualities and possibly the teacher needed to take charge of her classroom. Just like a mom should do, she saw my strength and not a problem. I have been pretty independent my entire life. Life events, both good and bad, have molded me into the person that I am today. Once a bully, maybe for survival purposes, if I'm honest, thinking back. My adult life has led me to be more compassionate, more empathetic than I was in my childhood. Now, some might even say that, well, that's wisdom, that's maturity. Could be that too. Family and personal traumas have constructed a pretty hard exterior while the inside of me continues to learn and evolve. And sometimes I feel much more than I care to. I was so independent that I registered as an independent politically until I learned that I couldn't vote in the primary elections in my state unless I was actually affiliated with one of the two parties. It didn't seem right at all, but I wanted to be a bigger part of the process, and being left out just seemed completely ludicrous, so reluctantly I picked a side. Now independent, middle-aged, and learning more about myself and lots of stuff every day, patriotism doesn't mean to me what it once did. It isn't a quiet waving of an American flag or a cookout with burgers and dogs and apple pie. It has become a responsibility, a loud roar inside that cares deeply for my fellow Americans and the freedoms of which so many have died. It has become a history lesson, relearning my country's history because our public schools didn't want us to know the truth. The truth isn't a conspiracy, and many seem to be falling right into that endless hole. The truth is, my heart breaks. 250 years is something to celebrate. Although it is incredibly young, and if you leave the United States of America, you realize exactly how young 250 years is. If you haven't left the country, I recommend it. It is a milestone, 250. The truth is, though, it doesn't feel like a celebration for me right now. And too many feel it. I've shared hundreds of conversations with so many people who feel it too. With those of us feeling it, and I know you know what I mean, I want to offer some radical hope. I want to offer something for us to focus on, some of the things that connect us. The things that, regardless of politics, we all share. So just bear with me here. Death. So every one of us will die, and if you're reading this, you have suffered a loss, likely more than one. The hardest part of life is the loss of it. It is something we all share. It is something that connects us. My wish for you, as we enter this holiday weekend of 250 years in America, may you share a pleasant story of a loved one and listen to someone else who shares a story about theirs. Music. The most powerful thing that we have to share with one another is the magic of music. And if you have attended a concert at all, any type of concert, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter the language that is spoken. It has proven that whether you are in a dusty basement, a soft-lit porch, a crowded, dingy bar, an old opera house, or a huge stadium, people connect through music. This weekend, as you celebrate, however way you choose, may you play the music that lifts your soul, and hopefully you get to share that with some people around you. Devestation. So any horrific storm or tragic accident, people help one another. We always do. We don't ask which candidate you voted for before we extend our hand. We act. And so many of us act kindly every single day. While no one wants something horrible to occur, we all know that life doesn't work like that. And if you find yourself in a situation of desperation, may you be the lending hand and the strength that someone else needs. Food. So there is nothing like a table full of food and people to share it with. Many Americans spend their days ensuring others have food on their tables and in their cabinets. They deliver and cook for hours to care for one another. That's their choice. They serve others. If you haven't had the opportunity yet, maybe this weekend will be the time and you can share your favorite dish with a stranger or two. Who knows? And the last one, I think there's a bunch, but these are just the main ones I'm picking for today. Love. So there is so much anger and grief and fear, and we often let it drown out the love. And love is huge. It is the foundation of all that is good. It's what builds better communities. It's what shines the brightest lights on the best things and the best parts of humanity. Love is the simple connection that some people are afraid to feel. It often requires us to let go of what we were taught, and sometimes it requires us to let go of what we feel. It is the answer. It is the calm during the storm. It is the hug during the chaos. Love is our greatest asset. May it be the force that guides you. May it be the constant message in your head that reminds you peace will follow its lead. There are more, and I'm sure that you can think of plenty of other things that connect us as humans without any politics, without any religious undertones. For this holiday weekend, I hope we can focus on them together as Americans and celebrate what connects us.